Please welcome her forward.
About the author by Vanessa Barrett, his past student is Vanessa Barrett.
A very pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I am tasked this afternoon with introducing Mr. Douglas. As Kenroy mentioned, he was my past lecturer at sociology at TAMCC. I am now a lecturer at sociology at TAMCC. And my love for sociology came as a result of Mr. Douglas. So Claude J. Douglas is a graduate of the University of the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas campus. He is the recipient of the J. Antonio Jarvis Award for Excellence in Sociology. He was named one of the most 50 influential graduates of the UVI in its 50th anniversary celebration. He's a lecturer in sociology at TAMCC and a former chair of the Social Sciences Department. He is now the author of 8 books, 2 book chapters, and 2 professional articles. He is also a social impact assessment consultant, husband, father, grandfather, community leader, mentor, colleague, and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Douglas.
Thank you. Feel a little flattered this afternoon. My head started swelling. And I didn't want that because in these tough economic times, I cannot afford a new hat. Because we're talking about cost of living and so forth. So I just want to say a hearty thank you for those of you who are here. Family members, my wife, my daughter is late, but she may be outside somewhere. My grandson, Mike Araya. Yeah, right? And my extended sister, nieces, and so forth. And what I have here today, this evening, is an extended family. All right? Elise? Yeah, so we have, all right, we have Bright Star in the house. You know the coconut man in Grenada, right? Yeah, so he is featured in the book. There is a photograph of him in the book, and writing is a calling. Writing is a calling. And one thing I don't like about it is that when inspiration starts flowing, and Mr. Ambrose is a writer, he will tell you that. Sometimes you have to leave even the best activity and go home. It's not you can't just get up in the morning and just say, I'm going to write. It doesn't happen like that, Because you could stay on the computer there for a whole half an hour and nothing comes. But there are times, you're in a little function and you're writing all on napkins because ideas are flowing. And I chose to do this book not as a lamentation, not lamenting the cost of living. Because whether we lament or not, that doesn't affect its rising costs. But just to offer some tidbits, as to how to navigate, this cost of living crisis. Because it's really tough. It's really, really tough. Over close to 40% of Grenadians live in poverty. But our poverty is very difficult to see because it's dressed up. As my deceased colleague, Omowali Franklin, once said, that Grenada is a very well-dressed, well-driven, poor country. Okay? But there is this backwater of poverty and so forth, and things that the politicians don't like addressing very much. Instead of addressing it, sometimes they put what they call a plaster on the soul. Rather than trying to cure the soul, they put a plaster and make us believe that everything is okay for votes and other things, You can tell them I say so. I said so. So, I chose to do this to actually help us, because it helps me a lot too, in my research. You know, as Mr. Ambrose, my boss, you know, I have two bosses here. A very immediate boss, Dean of the Social Sciences Department, not Social Sciences, School of Arts Science, all right? And we have Dr. Johnny, who is here, right? He's both my colleague, right to the corner there. This is my class of 1984. You will see some gray-haired people there. Have you seen them? Right. So this is the class of 1984. We just celebrated our 40 years anniversary since graduating from SAS, with a whole week of activities. So they are here to support me as well. Okay? And I have a few ex-students around, Raquel and others who are here with me. Some of them can't, but 3 of them called me. They're attending Teachers College now, and they have some assignment, group work doing this afternoon, and they couldn't be here. But and I invited the 2 politicians, but they told me they're sure you could make it, because I want to make an appeal on behalf of us as writers. You know, sometimes the complaint is that the books are a little expensive and what have you, but we have to pay a lot. Yeah, we have to pay quite a lot, because in the past, it was just 6.5% service charge and so forth, but now VAT is added, all right? And I cannot complain much, because there is VAT and sugar. All right, so I would encourage you to read this book. The information is very pertinent, and even this week, having a conversation with someone about our waiting, about the yay or nay to the United States, and the impact, you know, that it could have, and so forth. So that's my daughter there, right? The impact that it could have on us, and I went right back to the research again on remittances. You know, remittances are monies that are being sent back home by migrant workers in the diaspora, and it's a lot of money. You know, Jamaica is a very, what I call, leading tourist destination, and in 1 year, Jamaica got more money from remittances than tourism, right? And right now, Jamaica is getting more money from remittances than from bauxite. Okay, and we look at the lines. You know, I had to mention quite a lot and do some research on that as well. But as Mr. Ambrose rightly said, and he did, I think he did justice to the review in those chapters. I try to keep my books very small. Right? There's only one book that I had, The Battle for Grenada's Black Gold, that went over 100 pages. You know, and people ask me, well, why don't you do a big book and read and so forth and what have you? I just want to share information. And if I could share information with a 24-page book, that's satisfying. But when I share information with a 60-page book, that's cool for me. Right? I just want to share certain information. I don't want to do voluminous thing. To just do an intellectual paper, no. Right? It must be easy to read. So when I write, I don't write for intellectuals. I write for the man in the street. I can pick up a copy and read and understand. Right? So I just want to encourage you. I may invite you back here again next year. Yes, I have 2 in the pipeline. And they're knocking me. One is entitled The Battle for Grenada, not the battle, sorry, The Power of the Ballot, right? And the other one is Political Tribalism in Grenada. I don't know which will come first, but the power of the ballot is almost 90% completed. So you will get another invitation here again. Because I went to a school wherein I was actually taught that is either you publish or you perish. You publish or you perish. Right? And this is one of the issues sometimes they have with our Grenadian intellectuals, you know. Not Dr. Tillerson, he writes a lot. but he has to publish something. I'll be on his case to publish something. But he writes a lot of articles and so forth. But in doing research, you can just reference something in Jamaica and you will get, you understand me, an overflow of information. The Jamaicans, they research everything. We here don't do that. We like to wear our degrees on our shoulder. And if we vex, if people don't call us doctor so and so and doctor so and so. Right? And this is not the purpose of education. The real purpose of education is to share and to empower individuals. Right? And as you heard it from some of my students, that is exactly what motivated me. To make people better than they came in. If you came in to MCC, you should leave MCC better than you came in. And that's the purpose of education. So I want to encourage us to read, Sometimes people say we Grenadians don't read. That's not true. It's what we read. Yeah, what we read, because sometimes I see posts on Facebook and the amount of likes and comments, and sometimes something that is very serious, you might see 1 or 2 likes. We treat it like meat and vegetables. Even ants don't like vegetables. They put an ice cake on the table and in no time, we always like what is not good for us. So I just want to say thank you. I know you will do the closing remarks and January, but I want to thank you so much for the inspiration over the years, because people meet me. People like Carol Williams and them. You ain't going to do the thing yet? Yes, as if I were in Carol. She write it. People meet you, when you getting something to read again? So all of those, yes, it's real pressure. Once you write, just try and write once, and you will see what I'm talking about. So you always have to keep on writing, So when you finish this one, you have to be thinking about what next I want to come up with. And Mr. Ambrose will tell you that he has what, number 5 now. All right? So he's training still. I'm leading him by 3. All right? So he will catch up with me just now. Right? Very avid reader, very avid writer, and so forth. So I just want to encourage, and I want to thank all those who supported the project, who contributed financially. They are here, some names of people who want to call, and I will tell them to you because I want to guide them, Yeah, I want to have few requests. I never mention their names. Everybody want to go to them. All right? And my request might end up at the bottom of the pile. So I withholding their names. I ain't telling you who at all. Right? But they contributed significantly to this publication and so forth. Dr. John Telesworth for doing the forward. My classmate, my first cousin, he did the blub. The blub is a little right up at the back. Right? Professor of economics at John Carlos University. He did the blog for me. Nava John is here. I don't see Nava, but she did some editing and more proofreading rather, because Ambrose will tell you that there's a difference between editing and proofreading, right? The proofreading basically is for the grammatical stuff, but the editing is telling you move this chapter from here, put it here, and so forth. No, that doesn't make sense. Why are you putting in that there for? And that is really, editing is like doing surgery, on your book, and so forth. So, I want to thank, also, he's not here doing Francis for doing the graphics and so forth. He did a wonderful job. I was looking for somebody until I got frustrated. I even put it up on a posting on Facebook. Because I'm looking for a graphic artist. And then somebody from the Informer called me and they recommended him, and he did a wonderful job. And I want to just recommend him. If you have anything like magazines and all those things to do, he's highly, highly recommended and so forth. But we need more people in those areas, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we have a woeful lack, of individuals in those areas and so forth. All right, so parents who are here, sometimes you just encourage your children to do something that is non-traditional. You know, non-traditional. Because they have a lot of money in those non-traditional stuff. Right? I had to pay $800 just to put it. I typed everything in. And all what he had to do was just put it in columns and he will tell you. I said, what's it cost? He said, give me an 8. As if it's $8 he was talking to me. But it's $800. So sometimes when you put a price on those books, people may say, well, oh, these little books are so expensive. But that's what has been our experience. You know, it's very costly. It's very costly. You have to have a belly to produce. It's very costly and so forth. The customer and you know, when I've been and things like that, look at the broker, and I have friends. He said, I will take out something on it because you want my partner. I say, well, thanks very much. All right, but we have to bear the cost. There's a lot of costs in publishing and so forth. So again, and I hope I didn't leave out any other, my wife, yeah. Writing can take you away from your bed. It's raining at 3 a.m. in the morning, and you have to roll out of bed because you just get an idea. And how do I write this? How do I add this to this chapter, boy? You know? And you roll out of bed and so forth. So writing could even kill your desire for sex. I'm telling you. Because when you're writing, you're just writing. And you don't want anyone around. You understand me? And especially in the wee hours of the morning, you and your computer alone, and you're just writing. All right? So I want to encourage all of us, you know, all of us. And thank you again for coming. I got frightened today because I got so much information. People coming in and calling, and I can't make it again. The knee, the thing. I see a lot of muscle, you know. And I got up since 2:30 this morning preparing this stuff. I see me to make all these cut peak and drops and all these things. And I don't know what I say. I say make all these things, and to make this thing will spoil because people call it and I can't make it. So I told her, I say, God is good, man. I must get 50. Why not make a check here? I end up all for 75 already going. So I want to thank you, and I'll be back here again. And so forth. Mr. Leslie Anthony, can you come a little forward here, please? Now? Yeah, come forward and so forth. This, you know, this one has been a pillar and so forth of me, you know. Right? Our hair is different, as you can see. But he is like a big brother to me. He's like a big brother to me. I can call on him anytime. All right? Anytime. And if he is me, he's always asking for me and how I'm going and so forth. You know, so that's my big Indian brother. So I want to thank you, and I just want to present you with this copy, you know, and thanks for the support. Sure he is. All right? Huh? Yeah, mommy, come here. Dr. John Telesworth. Dr. John Telesworth did the forward, you know. Yes. All went to SARS together. Very pampered little form one student. Got a powder under his neck, as if he was going to get fried. You know? Right, so that's one of my classmates, and he's now my boss. Vice principal of TAMCC, right? Responsible for whatever. Thank you. Candy, come. Yeah, Candy. Yeah. Don't watch me just so you know some big shot friends, you know. Yeah, some big shot friends, you know, and whenever I call on Candy for anything, you know, if I see all them fellas organizing a little cricket match and they want a little so, she can come. So, and she's also one of my ex-students. I taught in addition to TAMCC, I also taught part-time at SU for 9 years, you know, as a part-time instructor. So she was one of my political science students. I taught her Introduction to Political Science.